Hey coin collectors, it's DC on the Big D, and it's the 1944 Walking Liberty half dollar. Walking Liberty to differentiate it from the Standing Liberty quarter dollar, which was out around the same time. And you see Standing Liberty here on the quarter holding the shield, standing here between the In God and We Trust, with the eagle on the back. The Walking Liberty half dollar was made at Philadelphia with no mint mark, and that the mint mark's all going to be on the back right here. At the Denver Mint with a D mint mark, and you can see that D right here down in the corner. And then finally they were made at the San Francisco Mint with the S mint mark. And we'll start with that one. This is a San Francisco Mint coin from 1944. You see the S right down there. Over on this side, you see the AAW for Adolph A. Weinman, who was the engraver of this coin. United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum here, in half with a dot and then dollar. At the San Francisco Mint in 1944, they made 8.9 million. At a Mint State 65, these are worth $175. At a Mint State 67, they're worth $42,500. At the Denver Mint with the D here, they made 9.8 million. A Mint State 65 is worth $150, and a Mint State 68 is worth $60,000. And then finally, they made these at the Philadelphia Mint. The front of all of them says Liberty around the top. In God We Trust here. We see Liberty walking, holding a wreath with the United States flag flowing over her shoulders. She's got some shoes on. Down here is the sun, and down here it says 1944. At the Philadelphia Mint in 1944, they made 28.2 million. 28.2 million sounds like a lot, but between the three mints, these are the rarest of the World War II half-dollar coins. At the Philadelphia Mint, a Mint State 65 is worth $150. A Mint State 68 is worth $80,000. And the auction record for the 1944 Walking Liberty half dollar is $109,250. They didn't make any proof or mint sets, and these were used very, very widely as coins. You don't find that many that are in great shape. The Walking Liberty half dollar was made between 1916 and 1947. It was followed up by the Franklin half dollar, which came out in 1948. It's a 90% silver half dollar, 10% copper, and the silver bullion value alone in here is worth almost $9. The other coins in the U.S. currency were the penny, and here's a 1944 penny. If you get one that looks like this, it's probably been cleaned. See how the cleaning lines go down? Normally, a 1944 penny is going to look much more like this, and this is what a used one looks like. If you get one, and you can see that when they cleaned this, they almost cleaned the S right off it. So if you get one of these that look like this, it looks good initially, but no dealer will buy it, and most collectors won't buy it. They'd much rather have one that hasn't been cleaned and shows all the detail on it. In 1944, they had a couple specialty pennies. In 1943, they had steel pennies, and they made a couple mistakes. And there's a steel penny that they found with a 1944 on it, and that sold for $475,000. So the pennies out there are very, very valuable. Of course, in 1944, we're talking about the wheat years cent. They hadn't moved to the memorial reverse yet, and they certainly hadn't gotten to the shield reverse that we have for the modern coins. The 1944 nickel looks like a regular nickel, except these coins are the ones that came out in silver. So these are 40% silver. The way you know a 40% silver nickel from 1944 is it have the mint mark on the top. So even though Philadelphia didn't put their mint marks on coins, for the silver nickel from 1942 to 1945, you either have a P, a D, or an S over the top of Monticello. And then, of course, they made the Washington quarter in 1944, and this one's extremely used. You can't really even see the rim on it. Washington facing to the left, 1944 here. This is a Denver Mint coin, so on the back of the quarters, they put the mint mark way down here at the bottom. So in 1938, the Washington quarter replaced the Walking Liberty quarter, but you could still find these in circulation during World War II. In 1944, the dime was a mercury dime. You see again how some of the letters from Liberty get caught in Mercury's here. This is Lady Liberty wearing a Phrygian cap. It's not really the Roman god Mercury. It says, "In God We Trust" under her chin, 1944 down here. And then if we flip it over, the mint mark would be right down here below the olive branch next to the fasces. It says United States of America around the top, 1 dime here, and this is a silver coin. So in 1944, the dime was silver, the quarter was silver, the $half was silver, and the nickels were silver. Also had a silver dollar in 1944. They continued to use the peace dollars, which first came out in 1921. The last of the peace dollars was made in 1935, called the peace dollar because it says peace on the bottom here, P-E-A-C-E. Came out in 1921 after the end of World War I, and they were hopeful that no other world war would ever happen, but then, of course, in 1944, we were getting nearer the end of World War II. So these peace dollars were out there. They were used much more in the West than they were in the East, because we did have paper dollars too. In the West silver-producing states, Colorado, Nevada, and Montana, these coins were used frequently well into the 1940s. So if you're looking for these, they're going to be worth probably $10 minimum, because people will pay you a little bit over the bullion price. And you can get them from 3 different mints. And if you do get any in really good condition, it's worth bringing it to a dealer or sending it into a coin grading agency and seeing what the value might be, because if you can get up to a mint state 65 for any of these coins, you're talking about over $150. And if you can get higher than that, you could be talking anywhere from $40,000 to $110,000. All right, that's all we have today from Big D Coins. Please subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.